What's up, everyone? Justin Thomas here. I just want to welcome all of you all to the Rolex Junior All-America Awards. It's a tremendous honor being here in the first place. The AJGA is such an amazing role in my entire life and golf career. I've had so many great memories, so many great friendships that I not only still have, but compete against a lot of guys that I competed at when I was y'all's age, playing in the AJGA. And Rolex's impact and partnership and help that they've put through all the time with the AJGA is amazing. So to be a partner with them now in my professional career, makes it even that much more special. Again, congratulations to all of y'all being here. Best of luck this week, the rest of the season, and the rest of your careers, and we'll see y'all out on tour someday.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 43rd Rolex Junior All-American Awards. My name is Stephen Hamblin, Executive Director of the American Junior Golf Association. Tonight we get to celebrate the outstanding accomplishments of young men and women, both on and off the golf course. And we're also going to hear the stories of these young men and women giving back to their communities. It's going to be a great evening. Would have been easy not to do this evening, but our communications team wanted to try to do this celebration of these fine young men and women virtually. I applaud their effort and look forward to a great evening.
In March, fear and uncertainty gripped the world as everything changed. Our lives, including all of golf, paused. As the year ends, we stop to reflect and to celebrate. The story of 2020 is one of leadership and vision, rethinking every idea, relentless communication and cooperation, extraordinary effort with everyone involved. Golf's next generation is back. We celebrate the story of finding a way.
The reality of the current situation across the nation is if the AJGA didn't undertake these efforts, and they're really extraordinary, the protocols, the kids would be in their homes wishing they could be outside and playing with their friends.
The AJGA has done a remarkable job this year in being able to put on safe, socially responsible golf tournaments and doing it in a cost-effective way.
It's allowed our young athletes to continue to play the sport they love and to continue to get those opportunities and perhaps even college scholarships that perhaps other athletes would not have had.
The AJGA did a great job of sticking to their mission, which is to find opportunities for players' growth and development, trying to earn college scholarships. It wasn't ideal for anyone, but they really worked hard to give kids a lot of opportunities this summer.
I'm Sean Carl Dobson, a 2021 player rep from Austin, Texas. It's my honor to represent the AJGA and Rolex by opening this historic night. Rolex has a timeless role in golf's history, especially for the next generation. Tonight, we celebrate our shared pursuit for excellence as we revisit the most brilliant performances, outstanding people, and our best memories from 2020. We begin with the Jerry Cole Sportsmanship Award, which celebrates exceptional character, community involvement, and service to others. Mr. Cole was a 20-year member of the board of directors. His passion for junior golf was so strong that at his funeral, every attendee in Chickasaw, Oklahoma wore an AJGA hat in his honor. A bronze replica hat was created and the award renamed in his memory. I'm excited to announce our first recipient from Milton, Georgia, Allie Kantor.
Thank you, Sean Carl. I'm so humbled to receive this honor.
Before we get into our conversation, let's learn more about Allie.
I can tell whenever I work with Allie that she's not doing things just for herself. She wants to work for the greater good.
She makes other girls around her better on the team because they see her work ethic, and they come to me and they ask me, well, what can I do to get better? Just go watch Allie.
Everything that she does, she puts 110% into, and that has really inspired me to almost just be like Allie.
She never settles for enough. She always wants to do more and reach higher for those around her.
It takes a lot of perseverance to have something bestowed upon you like this that requires wearing a brace 16 hours a day that is directly against the sport of golf. For her to persevere through that, there's a lot of dedication she put in.
She just always puts a smile on my face whenever I see her. She just always makes the room brighter. She really makes me happy. She's just a really good friend.
Take us back to your 13th birthday. How did a routine physical reroute your life?
So that's the visit when I found out that I may have scoliosis, and I ultimately was diagnosed with 3 curvatures in my spine, an 11-degree curve in my neck, a 30-degree curve in my thoracic spine, and an 18-degree curve in my lumbar spine.
Those numbers are pretty crazy. Is that common?
Not common to have a curve that big, but it definitely is more common in girls than boys. But my family and I were really shocked because up to that point I hadn't had any pain or visible signs of a spinal deformity, and once you progress to 40 degrees, that's kind of the point of no return, and you have to get spinal fusion surgery. So we definitely knew at that point that I had to put everything else on the back burner and really focus on my treatment.
Right, so tell us a little bit about that process of being diagnosed.
So at that initial visit, the brace that I was prescribed offered no hope of correction and was developed in 1972. And that just wasn't good enough for me and my family. We felt that there had to be another option. So with the help of my family, I did lots of extensive research and ended up finding another brace. And this new brace, called the Rigo Cheneau, was only available in 2 places in the country, one in San Diego, California, and one in Fairfax, Virginia. So for the next 2 years, I flew back and forth from Virginia to get this new brace.
Wow, that's a lot, especially with the experimental brace. What did treatment look like for you?
So the treatment for me was I had to wear the brace for 22 hours a day, every single day for 18 months. And then for an additional 6 months after that, I had to wear the brace at night. And I had to do physical therapy 3 times per week to try to avoid muscle atrophy in my back. And it was really hot. It's really hot in Atlanta, so it wasn't necessarily comfortable to be wearing the brace. In the summer, I would stick mini ice packs inside of the brace cavities to keep myself cooler. But I really knew that it was important for me to dedicate myself to this so that I could achieve correction. This wasn't really something that I talked about a lot, and I'm really grateful that the AJGA has given me this platform, though, to share my story, because it's really important for me to be a positive example for other girls going through this, that you don't have to give up your athletic goals when you receive a diagnosis like this. Because when I was going through treatment, I didn't necessarily have somebody who had buckled down, committed to their treatment, and then still been able to achieve all they wanted in athletics afterwards. And it's really important for me to be that positive example that I didn't have. And another motivation for me was to be a positive data point, because my ultimate goal is to have this newer brace to be the standard of care for everybody.
So along with successfully finishing your brace and becoming a positive example for girls with your form of scoliosis, I also understand you've used Leadership Links to help fundraise for some others. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so I've been using Leadership Links for 2 years to fundraise for the Outcome Center at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. And my care manager, my surgeon, who managed all of my care, works at Children's now, and he's the head of the Outcome Center. And all of the money that I've raised for Leadership Links that went to Children's went directly to him, and he's been doing research on patient outcomes and the results of people in this newer brace technology to help, like I said, increase that pool of positive outcomes and support the reliability of this newer technology. So now more insurance companies are covering it, and they had begun the process of bringing the newer brace to Atlanta when I was in treatment, and they've successfully done that now. So because of him and the work that he's doing at the Outcome Center, this newer brace is now much more available to kids in the Southeast, which is awesome.
Like Allie, other members worldwide were called to service this year. From building personal protective equipment kits and masks, to fundraising for first responders, the next generation led with their hearts.
I thought the best way to help out would be to directly donate money and supplies to those in need. A lot of my friends had resonated with the cause that I was trying to support, and also because my school was writing about it, so I was able to reach a lot of people. I hope to publicize it among more members of my community and inspire more people to get on board with similar efforts.
We started this nonprofit organization called We're Together. So it basically provides PPE kits to people that aren't able to acquire them or they can't obtain them in some way. So we're trying to expand this to be able to provide as many people as we can with these PPE kits to ensure that they stay safe.
I texted Jonathan and I was like, would you want to come up with goodie bags? A little thank you to send to our health heroes and our first responders.
And we were able to provide around 300 goodie bags for our medical community.
We thought, how could we turn this last summer of junior golf just into something positive and give back to charity? So we ended up organizing the Senior Cup to bring all of our friends together before we leave for college.
We also tied in charity to that and gave back over $40,000 to the Golf Emergency Relief Fund and the AJGA ACE grant. The best part of the Senior Cup was to see everybody that one last time before leaving for school and to create long-lasting memories that will always be with me for the rest of my life.
I'm Lynn Lim from Gallatin, Tennessee, and I'm excited to introduce our second Jerry Cole recipient, a 4-time Rolex Junior All-American and fellow Vanderbilt commit from Pinehurst, North Carolina, Jackson Van Paris.
Thank you, Lynn. It means so much to win an award that doesn't have to do with golf. This makes it that much more special, and congrats on being the 2021 player rep.
Thanks, Jackson. I'm excited to begin officially in my role with this video, so let's get started.
I've been lucky enough to play with him on a bunch of team events, from my first Evian Cup to Wyndham Cups and whatnot, and he's always there to cheer everyone on, hyping everyone up, and just a great person to have on your team.
After every event, winning or losing, he's accepting of everything and he's nice to everybody no matter what happens.
When I got to know him, I noticed how caring he was about what I shot or how I was doing or anything that was going on mentally. And that's the thing that I think stands out the most to me, is just how helpful he is. He's always willing to help others before himself.
He realizes that golf is not just a game, it's a lot more than that. And he's found ways to give back to the community through that, and I think he realizes that he can do many other things, and it doesn't just revolve around being like talented, it's about helping others.
Right when I met him last year at this tournament, he was really easy to get to know, and we were friends pretty quick. That definitely speaks to his character and what it does, making people comfortable really quick.
You raised more than $250,000 with Leadership Links as part of the Carolina Cup. How did you get started?
It was a chance meeting. I met Michael Sanders through tournaments, and he called me saying, hey, we need another guy for the Carolina Cup, and so I said I'm in. And then from that point on, I fell in love with fundraising, and once he graduated, decided to continue on following in his footsteps and running the event.
That's awesome. Walk us through what you've done to make the tournament special.
I've really carried on Michael's legacy. I think he left it in a great spot for me. He was doing a great job, and I think what makes the Carolina Cup special is the fact that we raised money for the Nicholas Children's Healthcare Foundation and the ACE grant. Those two charities, the Nicholas Children's Healthcare Foundation helps save lives and give care to kids that can't afford the care otherwise. And then the ACE grant helps kids travel to tournaments that they otherwise couldn't afford. So both those causes are really important to me, and they mean a lot.
That's so good. I know personally I work on the Tennessee Cup for my state. In 2020, these 9 state Cup Series events raised more than $500,000 for charity. Thinking back, what has most inspired you as the result of this project?
I think, like I said before, what most inspires me is the fact that the money saves lives. I know a while ago I didn't really understand what the money did, and I started out in the event just because I thought it would be a good thing to raise money and to play cool golf courses. But I saw a video at one of my first Carolina Cup banquets, and I really saw where the money went and how much it impacted the people that received it. And from that point on, I fell in love with the event and decided it was something that I wanted to continue in the future.
What do you want people to most remember about your impact?
Well, I think just the fact that I really cared. The fact that I really cared that I was raising the money, and the fact that I really cared about the people I was raising the money for. It wasn't one of those things, I didn't do it for the awards, and I didn't do it for the publicity. I just did it because I thought it was an important issue, and it was an important thing to my community and the world. And I think that setting it up for kids in the future to continue the event, that's what I want to be remembered for.
Congratulations, Jackson. I know you and Amanda have done great work on the board, and Sean, Carl, and I hope to continue that tradition.
Thank you.
Social distancing doesn't have anything on social media. We still found a way to be together and have fun this year. Let's look at the best from AJGA Golf.
At the AJGA, we really try to connect with our juniors.
I'm sorry, but that's going to be a one-stroke penalty.
Oh my gosh.
I know you're obsessed with me.
No.
Low floor. 5. Got it.
Amanda, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jackson. It seems like yesterday we were practicing our first speeches for the Rolex Junior All-America Awards Banquet.
I know. I'm excited to share this night with you and to everyone tuning in virtually. Thanks for joining us. Certainly, there are many differences this year, but it's also nice to remember how many important things were the same.
From the family and friends who supported us to the record set and top finishes, we all had moments to last a lifetime. Just over 200 players won events, many joining the Ping Red Bag squad for the first time.
That's cool. I'll never forget my first win. It was a Junior All-Star.
Me too. It was my second tournament. I remember being so scared, but winning showed me that I could compete on the national stage. Participating on the board of directors, I feel like we've also leveled up and we get to share some of the AJGA's 2020 accomplishments.
For the first time ever, 9 tournaments and 7 qualifiers were run in 1 week. To add more playing opportunities, 7 events each week was the standard this summer.
KJ Choi stepped up to fund 2 tournaments in the same year, and Harold Varner III, Matt Neesmith, Stan Utley, and Bo Van Pelt all hosted for the first time. More than 40 PGA and LPGA Tour professionals and instructors were involved. What stands out to you so far about this year?
It was huge to finally get back to competition and see everyone after quarantine when I played in the first event back at Sedgefield. I was there as David Ford came back from 7 shots to win the Junior Players Championship. Kelly Chinn chipped in on 17 to seal the Ping Invitational, and Luke Potter set a scoring record at Carlton Woods. Even seeing Evan Vo win the Adidas dunk contest for the 360 Slam wasn't too bad. What were your highlights?
A lot of junior golfers had record-setting seasons. Zhang became the #1 junior and #1 amateur in the world, including more than 90 weeks at #1 in the Rolex AJGA rankings. Cindy Ko moved up on the all-time career wins list with an 11th victory. Gianna Clement was the 5th youngest girls champion of all time. Benedetta Moresco won the Annika Invitational. Lee Chinn won back-to-back titles at the Stacey Lewis Junior All-Star Invitational.
We all agree golf is the greatest game in the world. Now is the time to include everyone.
My job is to just give the best opportunities, and the AJGA is the best competition. So I just know how it is to play against the best in the world, and if you can do that at your age level, I would love to be a part of that.
I don't usually see a lot of people out there that looks like me, so seeing someone on the PGA Tour and how much she's done it's really helpful.
As a young person, you're always looking for inspiration. And so I think that ties back in to what you all are doing here and raising the next generation of competitive golfers.
All the things I have experienced have been really beneficial to the growth, maybe as a person and even as future job opportunities come up. Everything I just use kind of to my benefit, just to see what I want to do in the future.
Right now it's time to stand up for what's right, what's good, and what's right and what's good is having equal access into golf.
ACE grant recipient Brian Lee had his first ever hole-in-one at the Junior Players Championship on number 17 at TPC Sawgrass. He shattered the scoring record at the Justin Thomas Junior Championship in August. JT is also an ACE grant donor who helps fund expenses to ensure the best players can chase their dreams. Let's look at how these dollars help kids like Brian directly.
During the pandemic, my father wasn't able to work. And my grandfather owns a restaurant where my mom works, and they all closed. We weren't able to do anything, pretty much. This really, really helped me.
Just having the ability, knowing that you have some help, it gives you that chance to compete. And really all these kids need is a chance to compete.
It has made me able to play so many more tournaments and play these great events and have amazing times with my friends and make great memories.
We actually increased the ACE grant dollar amount this year, and it just gives you a great feeling that you're helping young men and women who really need it.
A lot of the tournaments I was scheduled to play close by home weren't able to happen, so we had to go farther away from home, which obviously costs more, and the ACE grant was able to help with that.
The ACE grants helped be able to travel to the bigger tournaments where all the coaches are. So if I can travel over to them on the East Coast, without it we wouldn't be able to do that.
To the people that donated to the ACE grant, I just want to say thank you so much. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here.
And everything that you have done to help these kids further their future in golf.
It wouldn't be possible without you guys donating, and it's not just me you're helping a lot of juniors, so we really appreciate it. Thank you.
The ACE grant is one of the things we all appreciate most about creating top fields. Every player knows a win at this level is more than earned. Thank you to the tournaments, junior AM participants, and donors who funded nearly $800,000 to ACE grant recipients this year.
We both know playing a national schedule is vital to college recruiting. Let's look at how 2020 was different for all of junior golf.
The recruiting period right now for us during this pandemic, it has been very difficult.
To think that especially sophomores and juniors who were looking forward to having a good summer and possibly using that as a segue to college golf.
We're kind of going old school back to the 70s and 80s where coaches used to just kind of look at scores. That, not too many programs would actually go out and recruit.
We're really trying to get to know these student athletes and these prospects through the virtual world.
Seeing scores and leaderboards and whatnot is a big deal for us. So you guys just getting back to a normal schedule and playing all this fall-time golf has definitely been extremely helpful for every college coach.
The AJGA has really helped just by hosting tournaments. I think we've seen so many events being canceled, and the fact that the AJGA has been progressive and continuing to keep you young people playing has been very beneficial to us as coaches.
It's been such an opportunity for those kids to be able to still play this summer and still stay on the radar of all those college coaches that are still recruiting.
Hi, I'm Lisa Cornwell. As a former two-time first team AJGA Rolex Junior All-American, it's my privilege to get to introduce tonight's award winners because number one, I know how special this night is, and number two, I know how hard you all have worked to get here. First, we honor 72 of the brightest minds from 23 states, Canada, and China. The AJGA mission focuses on overall growth and development, including in the classroom. These high school seniors earned a top finish in an open or invitational event and qualified for the honor through consistent academic excellence. Of the scholars recognized, the overall national adjusted GPA was 4.5 with an average 34 ACT and 1490 SAT. Since 1988, AJGA Scholastic Junior All-Americans have achieved successful college, amateur, and professional golf careers. Alumni include Casey Martin, Kelly Booth, Boyd Summerhays, Matt Kuchar, and Tiffany Joe. Congratulations to all 72 AJGA Scholastic Junior All-Americans. During the fall for the past 4 decades, the best junior golfers in the world have earned distinction as Rolex Junior All-Americans. Tonight's top boys and girls join a list of past outstanding alumni and many of my friends: Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, Jessica Korda, Matthew Wolff, Danielle Kang, Envy Park, Paula Creamer, and Cameron Champ. These junior golfers from 26 states and 7 countries excelled on the course during more than 100 national junior golf events, including 99 conducted by the AJGA. It is my honor to present the Rolex Junior All-America Honorable Mention Team. From Gallatin, Tennessee, Kennedy Adams.
From Riverside, California, Amari Avery.
From Warren, Ohio, Gianna Clement.
From Winston, Georgia, Lorelei Cowart.
From Murrieta, California, Lauren Gomez.
From Duluth, Georgia, Sarah M.
From Ontario, Canada, Taylor Kehoe.
From Edgewater, New Jersey, Eunice Kim.
From Rolling Hills Estate, California, Francis Kim.
From Pinehurst, North Carolina, Alex Lappel.
From Basking Ridge, New Jersey, Katie Lee.
From Houston, Texas, Jacqueline Nguyen.
From Seattle, Washington, Lauren Nguyen.
From Austin, Texas, Mackenzie Niblett.
From Davidson, North Carolina, Amanda Sombach.
From Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, Catherine Schuster.
From Katy, Texas, Alina Sens.
From Houston, Texas, Zoe Slaughter.
From Goodyear, Arizona, Kendall Todd.
From Pembroke Pines, Florida, Casey Weidenfeld.
From Richardson, Texas, Megan Winans.
From West Covina, California, Ashley Yoon.
From Bradenton, Florida, Flora Zhang.
From Springfield, Missouri, Reagan Zabilski.
From Riverside, California, Kevin On.
From Chandler, Arizona, Mahant Chiravuri.
From Phoenix, Arizona, Tucker Clark.
From Clearwater, Florida, John Daly II.
From Keller, Texas, Kaylin Delaney.
From Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Ryan Dupuis. From Alpharetta, Georgia, Ethan Gow. From Norman, Oklahoma, Andrew Goodman.
From Kensington, Maryland, Jake Griffin.
From Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, Jonathan Grizz.
From Fair Oaks Ranch, Texas, Zach Heffernan.
From Heartland, Wisconsin, Pearson Hunt. From Muckleteel, Washington, Daniel Kim. From Austin, Texas, Zach Kingsland.
From Argyle, Texas, Gavin Lane.
From Benton, Kentucky, Jay Nimmo.
From Gilbert, Arizona, Anowin Pickleton.
From Ashburn, Virginia, Merbon Singh. From Keller, Texas, Jace Summy. From Louisville, Kentucky, Matthew Troutman.
From the Woodlands, Texas, Jack Usner.
From Austin, Texas, Keaton Vo.
From Escondido, California, Connor Williams.
From Edmond, Oklahoma, Jordan Wilson.
And now we present the Rolex Junior All-America Second Team.
From Cerritos, California, Jasmine Koo.
From Pleasanton, California, Jacqueline Laha. From San Diego, California, Deanna Lee. From Honolulu, Hawaii, Kyung-Un Lee.
From North Little Rock, Arkansas, Mackenzie Lee.
From Surprise, Arizona, Ashley Menny.
From San Jose, California, Kiara Romero.
From Jacksonville, Florida, Caitlin Schroeder.
From West Edmiston, New York, Bailey Shoemaker.
From Scottsdale, Arizona, Grace Summerhays.
From San Diego, California, Lucy Yuan.
From Saratoga, California, Sophie Zhang Murphy.
From Miami Lakes, Florida, Luke Clanton. From Lisbon, Portugal, Kiko Coelho.
From Campbellsville, Kentucky, Luke Coyle.
From Bradenton, Florida, Scotty Kennan.
From Las Vegas, Nevada, Yuki Moriyama.
From San Diego, California, Jackson Rivera.
From Coral Springs, Florida, Brett Roberts.
From New York, New York, Luke Sample.
From Tulsa, Oklahoma, William Sides.
From Indian Trail, North Carolina, Caleb Surratt.
From Orlando, Florida, Brendan Valdez.
From Austin, Texas, Evan Vo.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the Rolex Junior All-America First Team.
From Wildwood, Missouri, Brooke Bierman.
From Valencia, California, Zoe Antoinette Campos.
From Irvine, California, Lee Chinn.
From Homedale, New Jersey, Mega Gane.
From Whittier, California, Cindy Coe.
From Gallatin, Tennessee, Lynn Lim.
From Lake Worth, Florida, Alexa Pano.
From Farmers Branch, Texas, Bo Park.
From Camarillo, California, Catherine Rao.
From Claremont, California, Kelly Sue. From Irvine, California, Rose Zhang.
From Plano, Texas, Michelle Zhang. From Encinitas, California, Jonas Appel. From Great Falls, Virginia, Kelly Chinn.
From Peachtree Corners, Georgia, David Ford.
From Peachtree Corners, Georgia, Maxwell Ford.
From Milford, Connecticut, Ben James.
From Dallas, Texas, Tommy Morrison. From Encinitas, California, Luke Potter. From Birmingham, Alabama, Gordon Sargent.
From Scottsdale, Arizona, Preston Summerhays.
From Pinehurst, North Carolina, Jackson Van Paris.
From Perth, Australia, Carl Phillips.
From West Point, Mississippi, Wells Williams.
I'm excited to welcome two-time AJGA Invitational Champion and Rolex Junior Player of the Year, one of my best friends from Great Falls, Virginia, Chinn.
Thanks, Jackson. This is a true honor to be here. Obviously, as the first Virginian to win the award, it's really special to me, but also just all the great names on the award. It's really an honor for me to win this award and be here right now.
Before we get started, I'm told we have a special guest with a message for you.
Hey y'all, it's Jordan Spieth here. I wanted to congratulate Chinn as the 2020 Rolex Boys Player of the Year. What an incredible achievement. I want to talk about AJGA, how important they were in the growth, not only as a golfer for me, but as an individual as well. And wouldn't be where I am today without the AJGA and Rolex's support of AJGA in making these events and these awards possible. Sorry that this year, obviously it all has to be virtual, but we look forward to seeing you guys out on the course in professional golf pretty soon.
Kelly, take us back to this night in 2019. What was on your mind?
I remember, during the banquet, listening to Maxwell's speech. I just remember being really inspired with what he said. I remember going into the Tournament of Champions with a lot of motivation. I was determined to go out and win, and I think that really helped me start the year on a good note and obviously lead to a lot of my goals.
As you mentioned, you won the first event of the 2020 season at the 2019 Rolex Tournament of Champions. You closed with a win at the Ping Invitational. You were runner-up at the Junior Players Championship at TPC Sawgrass, and you had two other top junior finishes. You won top amateur events, and you played in the U.S. Amateur. What most stands out to you?
I think my ability to compete every single week, have a chance to win, was something that stood out to me. We all play to compete. That thrill in those last few holes is really awesome. It's a great feeling. An example is at Junior Players. I didn't end up winning, but that was just really thrilling for me to go out there and try to hit every shot perfectly. Just to be able to do that every single week was really fun for me.
Through a wildly successful season, what did you most learn about yourself and your game?
Definitely my mindset. Every week I came in with a different mindset, to try to be more confident and just believe that I have the ability to go out and win. And I think that sort of mindset really helped me be as successful as I was, and just a huge part of reaching my goals.
What do you remember about your start with the AJGA?
Well, obviously, I think we all know it's that grind out for stars. I think we've all gone through that. But I've also had some bumpy roads as well. It was, I think, a few years ago. It was my first Open, and I missed my tee time. I switched them, and it was just not a great way to start my Open career. It turned out to be okay.
It's crazy how far you've come. What is your best advice, especially to other junior golfers who look up to you?
I'd say just to believe. You know, I talked about earlier about the self-confidence that I had, especially this year. 2 years ago, I didn't think I'd be where I was. And so I would just say to all those juniors, just to set goals and work towards those goals. Be the next Rolex Junior Player of the Year, because you all have the talent, all have the ability, and it's just about your commitment and hard work. And I really think that one of you guys will be able to do it.
How do you feel about the AJGA and how they've best prepared you for the next level?
They've done an amazing job. Obviously, the competition out here is unreal. You know, all these guys, you know, the top guys are going to be the top guys in college. And I think the courses that we play are well suited for what college golf is going to show us. This week at PGA National, Honda Classic is there. Just being able to play those courses is a great privilege.
Congrats on just signing with Duke. That's really awesome. What are your goals looking ahead?
You know, just to get better. You know, obviously, college golf's around the corner. So, you know, just to be just as successful there as I was in junior golf. I'd say one specific goal that I'm looking towards for 2021 is to win a major amateur event or a college event. I think that's a realistic goal, but something that I can definitely reach towards. So I'm really looking forward to the excitement and the grind out there.
Kelly, enjoyed talking to you. Looking forward to competing against you in the near future.
Yep, thank you. This was fun.
Congratulations, Kelly. It's inspiring to hear how you've achieved your goals. I'm joined by the 5-time Rolex Junior All-American and just the 6th female back-to-back Rolex Junior Player of the Year, my friend and Ping Junior Solheim Cup teammate from Irvine, California, Rose Zhang. Welcome, Rose.
Thanks for having me, Amanda.
Before we get started, I'm told we have a special guest with a message for you.
Hey everybody, Lexi Thompson here. So I want to say big congrats to Rose Zhang for becoming the Rolex Player of the Year. You're playing some amazing golf and I'm sure that you're working very hard, so you should be very proud of yourself. And I also want to say big thanks to AJGA for just being a great platform for junior golfers. You know, I played a lot of AJGA golf when I was younger and it really tested my game and got me ready for the LPGA Tour. So I want to thank you for that. And I also want to say a big thank you to Rolex just for being such an amazing sponsor and just supporter of golf in general, not only for junior golf, but for professional tours as well. You know, without your relationship with golf, it wouldn't be the same. You guys are such a classy company and we're very lucky to have you guys supporting us all. So we greatly appreciate everything you guys do and continue to do so. And to all the golfers out there, you should be very proud of yourselves and continue to work hard and keep your head held high and stay happy and healthy over there.
That's pretty cool. You've had an incredible last 2 years, with the highlights: 12 finishes inside the top 3 since 2018, a Rolex slam, so to speak, as the 2019 Rolex Junior Player of the Year and wins this season at the Rolex Tournament of Champions and Rolex Girls Junior Championship. You defended your Pink Invitational title for a 9th career AJGA victory, won the U.S. Women's Amateur after the 2nd longest match in history, and tied for 11th as the lowest ever amateur at the ANA Inspiration. What do you say to people who've said you might have had the most outstanding year ever in junior golf?
I would say it's such a humbling compliment, and I'm just extremely thankful to be able to play competitive golf this year, especially during the pandemic. But in general, I'm just extremely blessed with all the opportunities I've been given.
On the extremely long list of accomplishments in the past 12 months, what stands out to you most about the season?
Being able to have a Rolex Slam, winning 2 events, and also getting the Rolex Junior Player of the Year this year is such a great honor to me. To be able to be invited to these Rolex events are such an honor in itself, and winning these are just an extra plus. So I would say being able to be so consistent throughout the year is truly something that I'm grateful for.
People want to know your secret. Looking back, what's been most critical to your success?
I think what's most critical to my success is just staying in the moment. Whenever I play an event, I never think about having to place a certain finish or winning the event. I always try to go out there and play my best game against the best players in the world. So I think just being able to work on my game and improve on myself while playing with these great players is really what helped me win these events.
What are some of your favorite memories from over the years?
Over the years, I really enjoyed playing on the Wyndham Cup teams, as well as the Junior Ryder Cup and Junior Solheim Cup. Just being able to be on a team with the greatest players as well as the greatest friends is something that I will forever remember.
With Maxwell last year, you both spoke about being the first Rolex Junior Players of the Year to be ACE Grant recipients. How important was that support this year?
With the ACE Grant program, it really has lifted the burden off my parents' shoulders financially, and I'm sure thousands of young golfers out there who may not be financially able to compete in their golf careers feel the same way. And I'm just extremely grateful for everything that ACE Grant has offered me, and I certainly wouldn't be on this platform without the ACE Grant support.
So what's the biggest lesson that you've learned in 2020?
I've just learned to be extremely thankful throughout this year. Every single tournament I go to, I get to see my amazing friends from around the world and around the country. And having my parents' support as well as my family's support is just something I'm extremely grateful for. And I feel very fortunate to be on this platform and have so many amazing people support me.
What are your next goals, especially looking forward into college golf?
I'm extremely excited to play on the Stanford team next fall and just trying to finish junior golf on a high note, especially with a couple events coming up. I'm extremely excited to be a part of it. In addition, I'm just really looking forward to being able to play on some professional events next year.
Rose, it's been great talking to you. Thank you so much for coming, and good luck in your next couple events.
Thank you so much, Amanda. I've had a blast.
Thank you for being a part of our story in 2020.
And for providing the opportunity to
make friends, reconnect,
give back,
create memories,
earn college scholarships, and play the game we love.
Without your support, this was not possible.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all the juniors for their outstanding accomplishments. We're really proud of you. I also want to give credit where credit is due and thank the many people that supported the AJGA throughout the year. First, to the parents and juniors, thank you so much for the trust you put into the AJGA and our staff to provide a safe and healthy environment for you to compete. Also want to thank our sponsors, Rolex, TaylorMade, and Adidas, for the generous support you have given us for many, many years. Also want to thank the venues and the volunteers for coming out and donating your golf course and allowing us to play. Also want to thank the board of directors for believing in the AJJ staff that we would put the right things in place to make everything safe and healthy for our junior golfers. And lastly, I want to thank the AJGA staff. What a tremendous group of people. Very proud of what they've accomplished this year. So thankful for their dedication, their courage in hosting 100 tournaments. We had a tremendous year in 2020. It's nice to say goodbye to 2020, and we look forward to great things in 2021. Thank you very much and good evening.